Welcome back. You're watching SABC News Primetime. Let's take a look at some business stories now. And it was another dramatic day for the Gupta family. The highly controversial family made a surprise announcement that it has decided to end its direct involvement in the running of its multi-billion rand business empire, which is housed under its holding company, Oakbay Investments.
Duduzane Zuma, President Jacob Zuma's son, whose business partnership with the Guptas has generated a lot of controversy in the country, also announced that he has decided to cut ties with the Gupta business empire, citing what he calls aspersions cast on him and his family.
The Guptas, much talked about, yet very little is known about them. Today's announcement that they've decided to relinquish their executive roles in their multi-billion rand business came as a shock to many. But analysts say they are not surprised, as Oakbay faces an existential threat following the closure of its bank accounts by Absa and FNB. Auditing firm KPMG has also turned its back on the company, citing what it calls association risk.
The suggestion made in their press statement that thousands of jobs are on the line suggests that the company does indeed face an existential threat as a result of not having an auditor and possibly also not having an official banker. And the only way in which the company probably perceives it to have an opportunity to regain their credibility and the chance of continuing as a going entity and going concern is to get an auditor and to get a banker, and that in turn requires the Gupta family to recuse themselves from the boards and from the direct management of all the Oakbay companies.
Oakbay is a private business owned by the Guptas. It is listed on the JSE. Jamin says relinquishing their directorships does little to dismiss the barrage of criticism and allegations of state capture leveled against them.
I don't think this solves the stigma created by state capture. There have been too many statements made by ministers or former ministers implicating the Guptas in this program of state capture. There is also a whole lot of stories about specific companies getting involved and being threatened with not abiding by if they didn't go ahead with the kind of state capture we're talking about, for the stigma to disappear as a result only of this move.
Jamin also believes the decision by the president's son to jump the Gupta ship also does not resolve the issue of alleged state capture.
Certainly it might assist in cutting a little bit of the perceived ties between the Zuma family and the Guptas, but it does not take us back to square one and absolve President Zuma of the stigma associated with the perception of state capture and what some might call presidential capture created by the relationship between him and the Guptas in the past.
Requests for interviews went unanswered. Mbongeni Muthu, SABC News, Johannesburg.
The South African